And down here at the bottom left-hand corner of ESC Cloud Kingdom, we have our Red Terran player hailing from the team FX Open Esports. It is GuMiho. And his opponent here in the upper right-hand corner, our representative from Team Liquid, blue Protoss player, it is HerO.
Yep, and I know a lot of Team Liquid players, or not Team Liquid players, maybe Team Liquid players, but Team Liquid fans are out there rooting for HerO right now.
Yeah.
They really want him to advance, get that trip to IPL, represent them well. And yeah, HerO is just a great Protoss player. Although I'm trying to remember now, did he make it to the round of 16 for CodeS or not?
HerO, yes.
He did make it.
Yes,
okay, it was Xenio who didn't. Okay.
Yeah, HerO and Tasia have both advanced from Liquid.
Yeah, brand new Liquid player.
Yep.
Formerly Slayer's Tasia, now wearing a different shade of blue.
Advance in a very difficult group where Dongrigu and Jakji were sent down to Code A, and it was STC and Tasia that went on in Code S, right?
I just feel sorry for the people in Code A now, man. That's all it is. I mean,
yeah, I mean, Code A have done so well. Who do I got to play now in the round of 32? What, Dongrigu?
Yeah, some players go down to Code A and you're like, well, I guess they're on the way out of the GSL. And some players go down to Code A and you're like, I feel so bad for all those new players that have worked their way into Code A.
I know.
And now they have to play against DRG, Jakji. It's tough, yeah. There's like one season, what was it? There was one season, I think it was the second Code S season, where like Marine King, Nesty, and MVP, like all the top players went down to Code A. Yeah, that was kind of a similar situation. But you know, we see a lot more overlap now. Just the way that the tournament is designed, it's really designed to only reward the tip top, the very best. You have to play your best every single time to make it through. Only 8 players make it through in Code S every season now.
Yeah, I know. And speaking of 8 players making it through big tournaments, IPL 4, where we have 40 Koreans that will be participating. 40, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
It's like the entire GSL's coming.
I know. We have 9 that are invited / qualified through the online and regional qualifiers. And we're going to have 14 from the GSTL. And we have another 17 on top of that have already signed up for the open bracket. So, including players like MVP and HerO you see in front of you.
We're going to have our own little super tournament. And all the best foreign players, too. So
I know.
This will actually be the coolest StarCraft 2 tournament ever.
I think it's going to be...
I'm going to say it.
We've talked about, you know... And I appreciate that. I mean, you're someone who's cast at GSL as well, so I mean, you have a good handle on that. And you know, I mean, you may argue, well, the GSL Code S is a harder tournament over the course of its entire duration and things like that. And yeah, I certainly believe you. But I will say, this is kind of like we were talking about it before, wrapping Code B, Code A, and Code S all in one.
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I'm willing to say, actually, that IPL 4 is a harder tournament than Code S. And here's why. Because in Code S, you get like at least a week to prepare to face your opponent, right? Unless it's group stages. You get at least a week. And even with group stages, you know who you're going to be playing against, so you can still practice. But with IPL 4, you just end up playing who you play, you know? Yeah. You have to be that much more prepared. So I feel like with the amount of talent that's coming, IPL 4 is actually a harder tournament than Code S. And that's not to take away anything from Code S. It's just a different kind of difficulty, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's just crazy. And here's the thing too, is like in the super tournament, you had a lot of players that maybe weren't the most exciting to watch, you know, maybe weren't the most talented of the Korean players, whereas here you have all the top Koreans plus all the top foreigners. So from an entertainment standpoint, I'm really excited about watching IPL 4.
All right, HerO's going to sneak in now, and he's going to see a pretty intense 1-1-1 as he sees a tech lab being put up next to the factory as well. This Zealot will eventually go down. Good micro here by GuMiho to keep all of his SCVs alive. A couple getting pretty low there for a second. HerO going to steal a couple more shots on the Marine there. But yes, we are going to see a swap over the tech lab onto the starport. He has been working off of double gas this whole time, so we'll see if he just goes straight into a Banshee. Yeah, is he going to even add on Cloak? I don't know. He may just add a tech lab on the factory and move into that route. There he goes. Yeah, tech lab on the factory. HerO, on the other hand, decided to do a 1-gate expand and then put up a 2nd gate and then a robotics facility right afterwards.
That's a good decision here. And the Hellion will say everything, but the Stalkers will chase it away. What HerO's going to be going for here is he's going to try to get up to Colossus with range as fast as humanly possible. That is absolutely the best way to combat what's going to be coming at him. Now, if GuMiho really wants to mess with him, he can just expand after this. But I think it is just going to be a hardcore 1-1-1 off of one base for GuMiho. That Stalker just barely getting away. But yeah, wouldn't be surprised at all to see a Robo Bay go down instantly after this Robo finishes.
Well, we have a medevac joining the Banshee as soon as it finished, as he'll continue to add on more units, including tanks, as we can see there. He has enough gas to get siege mode up as well, but hasn't opted for it quite yet. Actually, just queuing up his second tank instead.
Yep. And there's an observer on the way, so he's going to at least do a little bit of scouting here.
And, yeah, we'll see if what he goes with here
gateways
in just a second. Actually, a third and fourth gateway for now.
Well, some players have been trying to hold this off with only Immortals, too, so HerO could go that route. Just from the games I've seen and from the Protoss players I've talked to, and Terran players for that matter, I really feel like Colossus is a better way to go. But, you know, I have seen players hold off with Immortals, so can't say it's a wrong decision or anything like that.
Yeah, it depends on where you get the engagement. Now, this map is one that's not terrible for Immortals, just given the positioning, because if you're going to attack with siege tanks, you'll come up through here, then you're going to come up here, and you're going to start sieging up. Well, what is
Banshee
up here as a Banshee, apologize, grabs 2 kills, but it's going to be driven away. Put your Immortals right here, and you watch this whole space full with tanks. So.
Yeah. Pretty much siege mode on the way now for GuMiho, so yeah, he's not going to be expanding anytime soon, I don't think. And look at this. Ooh. Wow.
Yeah,
You're losing a couple Stalkers here and there. That's going to make his defense all the more weak when this push from GuMiho actually does come. And a command center from GuMiho. Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to do this and just kind of try to make his opponent think a little bit that it was going to be 1-1-1. That observer's like, he's still here. Finish him off.
Why don't you have the range? I'm doing my job. You do yours. Big.
Interesting. All right.
Tank drop. This is akin to like a Warp Prism Immortal drop.
A little bit, but that medevac is taking some damage here. So this is a bit of a risk by GuMiho. Have to see how many SCVs he can kill. Well, not doing bad at all.
Yeah, kills a couple of probes.
So
nice
cool, man.
For a while.
Oh, man. GuMiho. Making me so excited.
The possibilities for the future of Terran are endless now.
Well, I've seen so few people actually do this. I've seen it once in a while, but yeah, you can kill workers pretty quickly. Tanks fire very fast when they're not in siege mode, and they do a high amount of damage. So, nice little aggression there by GuMiho.
And let's see, as GuMiho setting up a defensive position inside of the middle of the map, and just about to finish up his next base as well, but he's giving HerO a little bit of time here. Whoa! HerO has to watch out, though. That's not going to be a pretty sight. Doesn't want to walk straight into that.
I don't... Oh, nice trapping some of those Marines there. Oh, barely. Barely they slipped through. And I don't know if HerO really wants to engage this with the siege tanks. I would say he probably does not. He's also getting his Robo Bay right now, so he will have Colossus coming in the near future, so that might be better to wait for.
And let's see, here's Combat Shield is coming up for those Marines. They do not have Stim, so the bio upgrade's just beginning now. This is kind of turning into not a style push with some Banshees there and stuff like that, but he got stopped at the Banshee production. Oh, and HerO just slips on by with that Zealot, and GuMiho doesn't raise the... Yep, okay.
Oh, wow, if he would have walked right into the base instead of along the cliff line, he might have actually gotten to see a little bit more, but as it is, he's seen basically everything there is to see.
Yeah.
So that's okay. Oh, Mortal's leading the charge, taking some pretty big damage here.
Yeah, exactly its amount of shield, so if it had taken any more hits after that, it would have been devastating. Of course, for those of you who don't know, their hardened shields limit the amount of damage that they actually take before the shields are gone. As you can see, maximum damage of 10 per shot.
Yep. It's very true.
That's why a unit like a Marine is so good against them. So
yeah, because they just fire really quickly in increments of under 10 damage. Yep. Hydralisks are the same way.
Yep. Yep, very much so.
And the observer's like, wow, that's a big army. That's pretty scary. Thermal Lance on the way, though, for HerO. It's going to be done by the time that the army of GuMiho gets there.
Yeah, now HerO, of course, does have quite a few more workers than his opponents because he put up his second base so much faster. But GuMiho has a much bigger army for now. Of course, once HerO starts adding in those Colossi, he'll be all right. But up until then, this push will be a scary proposition.
Stalker didn't make it, and the supply looking pretty even right now. Obviously, HerO's expansion has been going up for quite a bit longer than his opponents, but his opponents is going right now. Yep. Worker count at 50 over 42.
Let's see here, though, as GuMiho looks like he wants to start making his way up the ramp. There's a Colossus. That's actually number 2 just popping out now, so it's going to make its way down, and range is already finished up, so these are going to be pretty powerful Colossi.
All right, well, here comes the push from GuMiho. HerO's going to need to be very careful about how he responds. Here he comes. Thermalance is done. Oh, those tanks just evaporate very, very quickly.
Yeah, this is a weird position for GuMiho because, I mean, HerO just cut the army in half, killed part of it, and GuMiho still had his stuff sitting at the bottom.
You know, honestly, it's difficult to do that sort of push that GuMiho wants to do from that position. It's very hard to break up that tiny ramp. You can go around the outside, too, but all in all, this map, I don't think it's really the best map for 1-1-1. All in all, we haven't seen it be very successful on this map, and HerO starting to get a nice little lead there.
Yeah.
Upgrade-wise, what does he have? He has +1 armor on the way, whereas GuMiho has +1 weapons for his infantry on the way.
Yeah, this was just a very weird push, though, like you said. I mean, it almost seemed like GuMiho was saying, "Ah, you've killed those units, now you're going to make your way down into my trap." And HerO said, well, no, I'm just going to sit up here, expand, and continue to crush you.
There's the expansion for HerO as well. Will we see... Did he get Blink already for his Stalkers?
Let me check.
So I was wondering if he was going to maybe try to Blink into the...
Charge is coming up.
Yep, getting charged instead first. And using a lot of Zealots. Oh, that medevac, and all its contents are going to die quickly. And what are these Vikings doing, too? Oh, whoops. And these Stalkers, they can't Blink, though.
No, they can't. They're going to have to run away, so it's going to force back the rest of HerO's army. But GuMiho lost medevacs, Vikings, a ton of Marines, so
a little bit rough,
all that great for him.
That did not go badly at all for HerO, all things considered. Who is getting his Templar archives right now. Oh, nice force field, trapping a lot of those Marines.
All right, now he's going to need to deal with the tanks, though. He's got a couple of Immortals sneaking their way up as well.
GG.
That's it. GG.